the hilus, H-I-L-U-S, hilus. Okay. From the hilus come three tubes. What are they?
It's the renal vein, the renal artery, and the ureter.
Ureter, yes. Okay, everybody got that? And you saw that in your kitty. This is the lumen of the ureter right here. Okay?
Did that then line within?
Yes. Okay.
Post this for everybody.
I just lucked out and happened to split the ureter almost exactly in half. So you can see that. It should be good on an exam. Okay, then looking at the sagittal section, we have the cortex or cortical region, which, like the brain, like the adrenal gland, okay, is the outer region. This is the medullary region in here. You'll probably be asked a question. If you look at your lab handouts, you'll see a structure, excuse me, give me a, it looks like this. This is a nephron right here, from here to here. And this capsule is the glomerular capsule, or Bowman's capsule, and you can go back and see this in your lab handout. And going into this capsule is an afferent, and then leaving is an efferent arteriole. We don't have, like the kidney or other parts of the body, where you have an artery going in and a vein coming out. This is artery going in and coming out. It's under high pressure. There's a constriction here on the exit or the efferent portion of it. And so we've got blood under high pressure in there. And that forces things out through the walls of the arteriole into the capsule, the Bowman's capsule or the glomerulus. Okay? This is called fenestrated, meaning it just has pores or openings in it. So the contents of the plasma and its contents are forced out into this capsule. From there, it goes down through the descending convoluted tubule, and this is all in your handout. Down this is called the loop of Henle, H-E-N-L-E, then back up the ascending convoluted tubule. Give me another different color. Yes.
It's actually called the convoluted tubule.
Convoluted tubule, distal and proximal. Proximal because it's near its relationship to the glomerulus or the capsule. Okay, so this is proximal. This is distal. This is called the collecting duct. Collecting duct, and there are many nephrons. So it's like a tree, and you've got a nephron here, 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 and they're all contributing their waste product to the collecting duct. Okay, and then you've got collecting ducts all over the place. You have about 1 million of these. This is one filtering unit. It's called a nephron, and you've got about 1 million per kidney. You will probably be asked a question as to where are the most nephrons. Are they in the cortex or the medullary region? Most are in the cortex. It'll look like it, but we've got some that dip down into the medullary region, but most are in the cortex. And I told you that this was a real-time filtering system. So we've got contents of the blood coming in here, and it's going down through these tubules. All covering all of this are these capillaries called paratubular capillaries. Okay, para meaning around. They're going around the convoluted tubules, and they're capillaries. So we've got stuff coming out, going down the convoluted tubules, and somewhere along the line, depending on needs and concentration gradients, etc., if more is coming out, and I gave the example of glucose because you ate a high sugar breakfast and now you need, so the kidneys are filtering it out, and so it's coming out here as an exudate here. And now you're going to do some activity, you're going to increase your respiration, more ATPs, therefore you need more glucose molecules. So now what happens here? It's put back into the circulatory system, into the paratubular capillaries. Okay. So we're playing with water, we're playing with ions, we're playing with various substances in the blood, taking it out, putting it in, back in again, depending on what you need at the moment. So it is a real-time filtering system. That does not go back in the circulatory system continues on and into the collecting duct. And we have other nephrons here, they're contributing, and they all come together, and all these collecting ducts, sort of in a fan shape, are all dumping toward what's called the papilla. See that? Let's go through just start at the top and we'll go through it. At the top.
Have renal, this one?
Just start at the top of the list of the parts.
Renal capsule.
Okay, renal capsule we did, which is the outside.
Renal cortex.
Renal cortex is the outer region here.
Renal pyramids, medullary region.
Okay, medullary region is all of this inside the cortex. The renal pyramids are these darkly stained, and usually they have this shape. Okay?
Wow.
And then you'll see another one, sort of like that, with this shape.
Kind of has them like
These are renal pyramids. Yeah, you'll see more like that on this end, more true to that. But any of these dark stains, there's a pin in this one, this one, this one, this one. Depends on how they were oriented in the kidney when it was cut open. The shapes will be different. But you can tell by color and texture. Remember when we talked about the section, the three things you look at is shape or form, color, and texture. You can see that this obviously is different than the other. Each one of these is renal pyramid, and they'll look like this. What's causing these lines, sort of this texture that's going down here, like I drew here, are collecting tubules. Okay, so they're all contributing and dumping the urine here, and there's a little papilla, little bump there, and that's where it's going to leave the filtering system and be dumped in, eventually getting to the ureter. So let's follow the list again. So here we have the renal pyramids, and then
renal columns.
the columns is simply the space in between the pyramids. So if there's a pin stuck here, a pin stuck here, a pin stuck here, it's renal column. Anywhere in here, those are columns. Okay, so it's very easy. Columns are between the pyramids.
Minor calyx.
Calyx. What's happening now is that at each one of these little papilla, now yellow represents urine or urine passage, and you can see that there's some at the tip here, okay, where the collecting duct. There would be this little bump here is the papilla too. So what they're doing is dumping them into little canals called renal let's say I need a different color. A calyx is singular, calyces is plural. And so it's coming down the various collecting ducts, dropping out here and going into this system here. So if you can think of this as, let's put it this way, as a river that's going to unite here. So we have minor calyces. This is picking up, it's a small calyx, and urine is coming down here, coming down here. Now we've got two making one. So this would then be considered a major calyx. Okay? So we think of like streams. A bunch of streams are feeding into a tributary which eventually gets to the river. So minor calyces are the ones immediately at the tip of the pyramids, the inferior portion of the pyramids are dumping urine into. And then those minor calyces merge, converge into major calyces. And then the few major calyces converge into the renal pelvis. The renal pelvis is the last contribution. So we could say Okay, so these two minor calyxes, let's say we have the pyramids here dumping contents in, and then we've got another one here coming down, here pyramids, etc. So these two unite, and so we have a major calyx here. These two unite, we have a major calyx here. Each one of these is minor calyx, major calyx, and then they dump into the renal pyramid, which terminates in the ureter. See if we can find that here. Renal pelvis. You have that?
That's nice.
Okay. Blunt probe right there.
And what are the papilla again?
Papilla is this little bump at the most inferior portion of the pyramid, and it's dumping urine.
Take it out. Do it.
She's so sick.
Look who's talking.
Oh, it's different.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Oh, wow.
Do it again. Do it again.
That's cool.
Okay, so this is a renal pelvis here. Okay,
Oh, so cool.
and the
You should see
exit,
it.
you know, is going to come out the ureter right here. See what this one looks like. So it's pretty simple. It's minor to major, major to renal pelvis. Okay, so here's a papilla. It's dumping down into this minor calyx. There's another one over here that's being covered. This vein. Okay, here's a papilla. So these two will unite into a major calyx. This one, here's a papilla here. So this would be uniting with another one. But because of the way this is oriented, we don't see the papilla coming in. But there would be one here, there'd be another one here. This is arterial. Anyway, they dump into this region here, which is the pelvis. Okay, and then out. So, cortex, medullary region, renal pyramid, renal columns, minor calyx, major calyx, renal pelvis, ureter,
Papilla.
and the papillae at the bottom of each. That's it.